Hey Scrapper Names fans and those Scrapping Fun Kit fans. I am up with my first video for February for the Scrapping Fun Kit design team, and this month I thought I'd kick us off with an art journal page using the new February kit, which is an Alice in Wonderland themed kind of kit. So I have popped out my art journal. This is just I think it's a Dylusions art journal. I've had this now for a while. And I have got some Dylusions yellow paint in, I think it's the Lemon Zest. And just using my sort of thicker, wider brush, I am just going to use some wide brush strokes, and I'm just going to, as you can see, spread the yellow across the back of the background of my page. As you can see, I have got one of the background pattern papers from the kit out. And as you can see, it's got some pops of yellow there through it. It's got a very arty, mixed media-y kind of feel to it, or look to it. So I went with that to get some inspiration for this project. I thought I would do something a bit different. Usually I'm always lean towards a scrapbooking project, and I just wanted to step out a little bit and do something a bit different for you. And a bit different for me, to be honest. I've been doing the scrapbooking for a bit at the moment, and I just wanted to get a little bit free and messy on this particular occasion, so that's what I'm doing. So I decided to go with a bit of a vintagey kind of feel to my layout, or my page, I guess, and I'm tearing up bits of my pattern paper here and using some matte gel medium to adhere it to my page. Now I have blasted my page with my heat gun, so the paint is pretty much dry. A little bit tacky, so it does stick a bit better, but if you haven't got matte gel medium, wet glue will do. I don't mind the bit of finish that the gel medium gives over the top of the page, so it doesn't bother me too much, which I use, to be honest. It was just that I have this now, the Liquitex gel medium, so all good. So I don't have any particular thought process, we'll try not to have too much thought process to how I'm doing this. So I'm just ripping it and placing it down. I get a book page from my stash, and I've decided to add that just to add that extra vintage kind of feel. Now I went with vintage because, as I said, we've got that Alice in Wonderland theme happening with the kit. So as I said, this is kicking off the month, and Alice in Wonderland, apart from being one of my favourite stories, it's a classic, so I went with the vintagey classic kind of theme, because it's my favourite, so I just wanted to do it some justice, I guess. And that's what I'm doing in my crazy little mind, I guess. So I'm just adding, I guess, having some thought process to my page by balancing out where pieces are going. I can't help myself. I'm not an artist, I guess, by mind, in that I do struggle a bit with the free flowing and just letting it all go and splattering it all down. I do my best. Sometimes I can really do it, other times, like now, I can kind of do it, but this is as good as it gets. I try. And so yes, so now I'm going to add this washi, and I just felt that it had to go here. I don't know why, but I thought this was the best way because I really freaking love this washi tape. It has, if you can't see it very well, you should see it in the close-ups anyway, but it has all the different characters as such for the tea party from Alice in Wonderland, and then like little teapots and clocks and things like that on it, so it is so cool. So I wanted it to stand out. I didn't want it to cut off bits and pieces, so I wanted it to run the full length of the page so that you could see it really well. You guys could see it as the viewers, and I could see it when I open my book, just to get that really good theme for the page happening. Yeah, so that again was a bit of thought, but I really loved it, and it just didn't seem right to me to just sort of rip it and so you couldn't see it, so it had to go that full side of the page, and it just looked like an even balance having it there. So again, just adding then some washi on the other side from the kit. So these 3 strips of washi that I'm using are also in the kit. Most of everything I'm going to use here, bar sort of the book pages, and I think the enamel dots that I come in with at the end. Just trying to think. I think the only thing's not from the kit, but I could be wrong. Anyway, we'll see as we go along. It's not a long video, so it's all good. Short but sweet, gets that creative mojo flowing. I do add, I think, some gel medium to my washi just to ensure it sticks to the paint. I do splash a little bit over the top. I do pop some of these little playing cards that were in the kit. If you don't know what's in the Alice kit for this month, pop back through my videos only from a few days, about a week ago. And I have an unboxing, so you can see absolutely everything, and then head on over to the Scrapping Fun blog and you can order yourself one if there's any available. But yes, these are 3 little playing cards. There's 6 of them, I think, in total in the kit. I chose to use 3 as a nice little spot up the top here. Just to add a nice little decorative piece in the corner. Now what am I doing? So I went onto Pinterest and I thought I would add a quote. Now, there's a lot of popular sort of quotes that come from Alice in Wonderland, and I didn't want to use those. So I found this one, which I have not seen before. So this is apparently in Alice in Wonderland as well. When you can't look on the bright side, I will sit with you in the dark. And that resonated with me a little bit at the minute. So I used a Posca blue paint pen and just jotted that down. I did make you watch all that, obviously. And then I just used a couple of the other pattern papers just to punch out some little hearts, just to add some more little pieces around the page, because why not? It didn't look like it had enough on there. And yeah. And just adding some more torn up pieces of the pattern paper from the kit. I really loved this pattern paper. I thought this was really cool. It just adds great background paper, or you could use it for die cutting. You could, I think I said that in my unboxing video, it's got a multitude of things that you could use. As you can see, I've used it in my art journal. It'll be great for a pocket, like a filler card in a pocket page spread. So very, very cool this month with this one. Now what else do I add? I got to this point, I think, when I did this page, and I was a bit like, something's missing, and I couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to put where. Like, I was trying to keep with the very artsy, journaly, like, stay away from the scrapbooking kind of stuff, Amy, stick with artsy stuff. And then I was like, now what? And I was really stuck. And so I kind of do go back to a little bit of, what I'm used to, as you do, and I pull out the enamel dots, as you'll see in a minute. I have this huge pouch now of enamel dots and shapes and bling and bits and pieces. I've just combined them all into one thing at the moment when I rearranged, as I do, as you do at Christmas time. And so I pull some out, trying to pull out colours that were in the pattern paper and in the washi, but will sort of not be too... I didn't want them to be too bright, is the main sort of thing. They needed to be sort of a pastel, sort of soft toned just to keep with a bit of a vintage look, and just, yeah, I mean, I know the background's really bright, but that just, I thought that was great in making everything else pop off the page so that nothing else needed to be bright. I think that made sense. I'm not really sure. I think it did. In my head, that made sense. I apologise if that didn't make any sense. Anyway, so yeah, so I add these little pops of colour here and there just to add a little bit more, because as I said, I thought it looked like it was missing something, and it may not have. Now when I look at it, I could have probably left it being an art journal page, but, or I could have probably drawn some little doodly bits in, some little teacups or something like that in looking at it, but you know, hindsight's a wonderful thing. But I think this is nearly done, and I have plenty of close-ups of this actually at the end for you, and I think the blog post already has gone up for this over on the Scrapping Fun blog, so be sure to head over and check that out. I'm just a bit delayed in getting this voiceover and editing finished, but yes, otherwise don't forget to like and subscribe so that you will be able to keep up to date with my videos. I'm trying to get eventually onto a rhythm with them all. I have a backlog of videos to get up. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you again soon. And welcome to all of my new subscribers I have been getting over the last couple of days with the blog hop too. So yes, thank you very much. Bye.